appropriate for XRP.
There's a lawsuit hanging over Ripple right now. A group of people are saying that XRP and Ripple are sort of tied together, and that XRP could consider it an unregistered security. What would you say to them?
Well, it's pending litigation, so I'll probably be a little bit, muted on the topic. Suffice it to say, we don't think it has merit. These are people who didn't buy XRP from us. We also don't believe XRP is a security. I think, one of the poignant arguments in my point of view is, if I went back to the office and said to the team at Ripple, hey, we're shutting down, XRP trades on 130, 140 exchanges around the world. XRP would keep trading. So you're like, wait a minute. Okay, so if it's a security of what? It's not a security of Ripple. It doesn't give you the rights to dividends or ownership of Ripple, the company. We have shareholders of Ripple, right? We raised a Series A financing, a Series B financing, and we own a lot of XRP, but they're two separate things.
At the same time, we've seen recently Block One had the hammer come down on them from regulators. They were basically said that they were selling an unregistered security.
$24 million.
It's interesting you call that a hammer. They raised $4 billion, and they
it's a light hammer. It's a light hammer.
You and I would never judge what
maybe it's a fly swatter.
Hammer.
Either way, so what's the difference between Block One and their token EOS versus what you guys are working on?
Well, I think one really important distinction is the XRP ledger existed before Ripple, the company. It's a public blockchain. You can go back and see kind of transactions 0, 1, 2, 3. You can see when Ripple was incorporated in the Secretary of State in California. Ripple didn't create the XRP ledger. The XRP ledger had utility prior to Ripple's existence. Certainly we are an interested party in the success of the XRP ledger, for sure. We own a lot of XRP. But it's a little bit like saying, Exxon owns a lot of oil. That doesn't make oil a security. Exxon's clearly interested in how to, we can argue about the health of the, I'm not here to debate carbon emissions.
Climate crisis, you want to get into that?
This is an example I wanted to choose here, but suffice it to say, Exxon cares a lot because they have a lot of...
Kenny, UBI, Universal Basic Income, how would it work? How would you actually distribute the money? Because many people have been saying maybe electronic digital wallets could be the answer to this, but many people don't. Some of the poorest people in society who need it the most don't have access to banks or indeed at the same time the internet even.
That's a very good point, because what we're saying here with testing, not just testing some of this, but making it happen, it has to go hand in hand with what is today probably one of the greatest drivers of a new inequality, which is access to the internet. We've seen now that the pandemic has really pushed us into a virtual world, and those that do not have access, digital means, whether it's to access cash, to access education, new skills, are getting far left behind. So you're seeing a digital gap that's really growing, worryingly so. If I look at in our region, a country like, let's say, the Republic of Korea, over 90% have access to the internet. Then I look not that far away, let's say at Timor-Leste, and it's just over 3% of people have access to the internet. So for UNDP, a big push is to see if this can be supported as a public good, because there's a big difference between the inefficiencies of trying to provide something like a temporary basic income through old cash transfer means and doing it digitally. It's interesting, the UN Secretary General's report just came out on digital finance, and this was co-chaired by the head of UNDP, and one of the findings was that in public accounts, a government transaction, you can save about 40% per transaction. Just think of the efficiency gains in going through digital finance and hence digital wallets. So we've been experimenting with this, including in the Philippines and in other places.
People are now realize that the public blockchain was a mistake. They're trying to implement privacy on top of it. People are now concentrating on the environmental impact of proof of work and the like. So it's playing to our strength, and it's getting real this year. One thing I want to mention is the entire Italian banking system will be on quota for interbank payments this year. Hundreds of millions of transactions will be transacted on quota this year. So it is getting real. It's been 6 years. that feels people
refer to this as the Aaron of the crypto space. This has been picked up by Forbes. I have to ask you, Tone, what has been going on?
I know. I wish Forbes would have reached out for an official comment, but yeah, Forbes did pick it up. It was a little bit more of a joke, but I mean, but that's what happened. That's what happened in Enron. I mean, Enron was pretty much cooking the books, and they had a fake instrument. They were selling these I guess contracts on energy, but there was nothing there. It was all just smoke and mirrors. And that's how I see the Ripple token, and I've always explained it that way. There's absolutely no reason for this token to exist. There's no reason to add a very volatile currency, and Ripple is insanely volatile. Ripple just dropped 20% in a single day the other day when it fell from 30 cents down to 26 cents. I mean, these things are insanely volatile, and there's no reason for them to exist, and they keep making up reasons for it to exist. Now, there is a lawsuit going on right now claiming them to be a security, but that lawsuit is not coming on behalf of the SEC. That lawsuit is coming on behalf of an individual, so it's not exact. I don't really know what's going to happen there. We do cover it on the Bitcoin Law Review, and yeah, I know one of the lawyers didn't like the fact that I call everything a scam, but I would have given Forbes a more official comment. But yeah, the Ripple token is a really, really sad situation where it was created back in 2012 or so, just to make money, basically. And now the company has spent the last 6 years trying to disassociate itself from this token, while at the same time trying to make up any reason for it to exist.
On a final note, Tone, I do want to ask you.
Bring in Alex Holmes. He is the chair and CEO of MoneyGram. Alex, look, welcome to the program. We really like to have people on the show who are not taking advantages, but I would say a new kind of company that benefits from this new economy. Are your transactions up a lot at MoneyGram?
Yes, sir, they are. As a matter of fact, it's been quite a transition for this company over the last couple of years. We have seen a tremendous surge in digital transactions over the last 2 years, and really an incredible surge over the last quarter since the pandemic really set in. 106% growth last quarter in digital transactions, and about 27% of our total company transactions. So definitely have seen a tremendous increase as consumers, look for coronavirus safe ways to send and receive money.
I'm an old-fashioned kind of guy. I like to write checks. Are my days as a check writer numbered? My standing joke on that is I think you can continue to write checks, but the people in line behind you probably aren't going to appreciate it very much. But yeah, I think they
surprise you. I would say the fight against violence to women. I know it's not the usual talk